My fellow gold and silver bulls, this is Vishal from Equity Guru, and we need to talk. Of course, if you've been reading my work on Equity Guru, I have sort of mentioned this in the last few weeks. I am expecting further declines in gold and silver due to major technical levels being broken and basically just break down and retest typical market structure or technical analysis, following through and taking prices lower. But first, let's look at two charts which I think are important. I always mention these two charts because they are key to where equity markets are going and also key to where these risk-on assets are going. Not that I necessarily agree or say that gold is a risk-on asset, but it still tends to fall when markets are falling right now because money is running to the safety of cash. But that US 10-year yield at 4.11, it looked hopeful for a drop because we weren't really doing much. And obviously, if the 10-year does decline, you tend to see the equity markets gain or get a nice pop, even if the 10-year ranges here. But you can see really strong price action, and it probably will be stronger heading to that Fed rate decision coming up on November 3rd. So in just a couple of weeks' time. And then, of course, for you precious metal fans, we have to look at that US dollar chart. So still some hope, right? Like the dollar has not broken above the 114.30 high here. However, the uptrend is still intact. And again, if you've read all my reports on gold and the dollar, if we do break below 112 in this trend line, that is a good sign. But the key is going to be closing back below 110 because that's sort of the higher low that we are working with. And the dollar is technically still in an uptrend until we break below 110 here. So a bit of a bounce here at my trend line, and we'll have to see if we can gain some momentum going forward. But as I said, for gold, going back to that weekly chart, oh boy, so yeah, it's looking really good for a short, in my opinion. It's just typical structure, right? You have your uptrend, you have your range here for gold. 1680 zone that was, or 1700, let's say at the upside, but again, these are zones, right? So it's not just a single price level, but that 1680 to 1700 zone was the support that was holding since May of 2020. We broke down below that support in the week of September 12th, and this is just typical pullback, retest, and follow through price action, right? This is just what happens whenever you break down or break out of a stock or any asset, any chart, it applies. This technical analysis applies for that, and I'm seeing that a successful retest, folks. So, in my opinion, I think gold is heading back to the 1500, maybe to 1480 level, and to me, this is a strong short. You'd put your stop loss above 1700 here with that weekly rejection again. That last week's red candle took out basically 2 weeks of gain for gold. And this is, sort of the type of structure you want to watch for, right? I think this week, if we do close below these candle bodies, and that's why I have drawn this black horizontal line here, because I am just marking out these weekly candle bodies, because if we close below that, that's a really strong indicator that we are heading lower. And the way I would play this now on the daily chart is I would just wait for a breakdown below 1620 here, right? So again, that is my weekly level there, but I would watch to see if gold makes new daily lows. And if it does, that is a breakdown on the daily chart. And again, just continuing what we are seeing on the weekly time frame. So unfortunately, gold does look like it is going to continue higher. But as I said, the hopeful thing is that the US dollar perhaps starts to fall and breaks down that uptrend line, whereas maybe gold maintains above this 1623 lows here on the daily chart and then instead does a double bottom, right? So there's still some hope, but on the longer term weekly chart, I just think if gold does not get a weekly close above 1700, we are still going to be falling down further. Quick note on silver. Again, folks, we shorted silver when we broke below 22 here. Our first target was $18 here, but there is a chance we could see one more leg lower, taking us down to the $15.50 to $16 level. And where silver is right now is very key, right? Because we are now just at a major support level. You can see here, it's been testing this level. It actually broke below it once, but it turned out to be a false breakdown with buyers stepping back in, pushing silver prices up higher. It looked like silver was going to shoot higher, but then the sellers jumped back in, and look at that, multiple days of almost 2 weeks of trading of just red for silver. It looks to me like a bit of a dead cat bounce here, trying to gain some strength before the sell-off is here. So I would just be a bit careful here with silver. And if we do get another daily close below $18, I think that would be a good sign for a short, targeting that 1650 level on silver, which I've highlighted on the weekly chart, and I've highlighted in the past on market movement articles. So again, folks, I just want to say that our technicals are playing out, even though it might not be what gold bulls and silver bulls like me want to see, but I think it just provides a good opportunity to maybe stack on the physical stuff and perhaps look for good deals in the mining space if you do trade and invest in gold and silver miners. Of course, you guys know I love my gold and silver royalty companies. So that's what I'm going to look for. There's still some positives. You can make money shorting the metals, but you can also make money going long the metals, basically using the sort of hedging approach if you do trade futures or options or CFDs like I do. But that's what I see. So follow that US dollar chart. I think that will still be the key going forward. But as I said, the weekly chart's not looking to go good for gold and silver. That's it for me, folks. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned because I'm going to be posting a lot more technical videos going forward. And finally, let me know where you guys think gold and silver are going. Do you think we see more dollar strength? Are gold and silver going to drop further due to that US dollar strength? Or is this just going to be a bit of a dip here and gold and silver makes a double bottom and we continue higher and the dollar breaks down going forward? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys all in the next chart attack video.